everyone what their favorite cookie is, and they'll most likely tell you chocolate chip. But one cafe says their cookie is world famous.
Here to help us find out why it's so darn good in the CI Kitchen, the Bevere Cafe. We have U of I student chef Petra Harach joining us with all the details about this famous cookie, which we're going to get to in a second. But first, tell us a little bit about you. What year are you? What are you studying?
So I'm a junior, and I'm studying food science and human nutrition with a concentration in dietetics because I want to be a registered dietitian.
And you are there at the Bevere Cafe because that's part of the course study. And the world famous chocolate chip cookies probably don't rank very high on a dietitian's list of healthy foods, right?
Well, not necessarily, but you got to make space for that, for the really tasty treats in your diet.
So if you eat healthy the rest of the time, you can handle cookies with that much butter in them. It seems like a lot of butter, but I'm guessing that's why they taste so good.
It's the secret ingredient.
All right. Well, let's see what makes these world famous. Let's start dumping and mixing away.
All right.
So what are we starting with?
Starting with the butter, of course.
Was that like a stick and a half, 2 sticks?
All of the butter.
It's a good amount.
Okay, a little brown sugar.
Yep, and then some white granulated sugar.
Okay.
We're going to start mixing this.
So your basic chocolate chip cookie ingredients so far I'm seeing there.
Yeah.
And is there, I'm told there's a trick between doing, do you have to do like the wet and the dry separately, or one of them first or the other, or is that not a thing?
So usually we started with the butter and then sugar. Next we're gonna mix all the dry ingredients together. And then we're gonna add the eggs, vanilla, and then to top it all off, the chocolate chips,
Got it.
of course.
So eggs are considered wet?
Yes.
Okay.
Were these on the menu today, or are these on the menu every day there at the Bevere Cafe?
They are fresh baked every day by our bakery students. So
Are they so good that there's no other varieties available, or are there others besides the chocolate chip?
We do. We actually do have other kinds. I know we've got oatmeal raisin. We've got the macadamia white chocolate.
I do have peanut butter. That is the real question.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, you need
I'm
to talk
not
to
sure.
somebody about that. Those are hands down my favorite, followed closely by the chocolate chip.
Oh, okay. So it looks like we've got that about mixed up nice.
Yeah.
Then we've got the other ingredients, like you mentioned, ready to go in.
Yep. So we're gonna add 1 egg at a time. So we're gonna crack that.
I'd be very impressed if you could do both at the same time.
That would
Maybe
be.
next time you're here.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go up a skill level.
Wonder why you have to do one at a time. What the difference is in doing them both at the same time.
I think it helps with the mixing. It gets them more evenly mixed throughout the cookie mixture.
Okay, that makes sense.
You don't want to bite into a cookie and get all of one of the eggs in that one individual cookie.
That would not be
Of course not.
And it doesn't seem like there is a super secret ingredient to these. They just somehow in the end come out being
Delicious.
amazing.
Well, we'll see after we're done mixing. One of the things that makes these so special is that we make sure that all of them are very uniform. When we're making them in the bakery, we weigh each scoop of cookie dough to make sure that they're all 3 ounces.
Well, I have, not that I've made chocolate chip cookies very often, but I do think that the baking temperature and time is very, very important, because if they're too well done, then they're just a crunchy mess. If it's too soft, then you can't eat them. So I would assume that makes a big difference.
Right.
Do you find it challenging because your recipe that you sent us came with the ingredients listed in ounces, but I feel like most home cookers, bakers, they use like cups and teaspoons.
Yeah.
How do you translate and transfer all of that?
Google.
So since this is the in Bevere Cafe, it's a class, a course that the dietetics and hospitality management students have to take. It's a class called quantity food production. So we're really focusing on quantity food. So a lot of those amounts are going to be more in ounces rather than cups cups or teaspoons, tablespoons, to kind of quantify the food so we can serve them to a large number of people.
Okay.
As we get these last few things in there, what are we putting them in the oven for, like how long? And then we'll taste them here at the end.
Well, so our recipe has them in the oven for about 10, 12 minutes. But actually what we do is we, before having them for the next day, we freeze them. And then we take them out and put them in the oven. Yeah.
We're going to magically do all of that on television, and then we're going to try them coming up here in just a little bit. And we have the recipe for you on our website. There's a look at the Bevere's website on your screen.
And have no fear, it's in cups, not ounces.
Oh, good.